What's up, Vape Fam? Today, we're finally starting our Mech mod reviews. We're doing it in an interesting way though. We're starting with a clone, and I'm going to tell you why. We're starting with this because it's a great way for me to show you the means by which we're going to test these and set a really good baseline. So today we're looking at this clone AR. I'm going to give you the breakdown on it. I'm going to go through it just like your standard reviews. I have no intentions of excluding clones. Clones will be in this as well. That way clones and authentics can even be compared against one another. So with that in mind, let's go ahead, let's get things started with the up close and the breakdown to see what makes it vape. Alright guys, this is the AR clone mod. It comes in some cheap packaging, as you can see. These things are plentiful, they're everywhere, they've been everywhere for a long time. This is a chrome plated steel bodied mod. We'll take the top off here. It's got an interesting adjustment mechanism. Basically this screws in and out to control the height of your 510 pin. So you put your RDA on there, you screw it up to connect to the bottom of the RDA, and then you can adjust the secondary pin here, like so, in order to get rid of your battery rattle. Just screws in. The male threads are actually pretty nice, the female threads are actually pretty bad on these. And the inside machining is pretty rough as well. It is a magnetic button. It is almost like a cheap copper plating on top of like a steel contact. It does come apart. It is magnetic. They do actually knurl it to make it a little bit easier to get out of there, which is actually a nice feature. Come on. There you have the magnets and the switch. There's the housing for the button. I always hate putting magnetic switches back together. Just going to take this, put it on like so. Check and make sure you've got the right side. That side. Put it down inside. And then we're going to take the copper switch, copper contact, and push it up through so that the magnet sits over top of it like so. And then we're going to push the button back in and screw the contact back down. I apologize if this is a little bit rushed. This is more just for show, just to include this into what's going to be a very long little part of the channel. There's going to be a lot of mech mods. There's tons of them out there, and like I said, clones are going to be included. So now that we've gone over this, let me show you the means by which we're going to test these. Alright guys, so what we've got here is a build in the Coilmaster tab 521. It's a 0.12. This build is going to be just for this. This deck is set aside just to test mech mods with. It's the only thing that this is going to be used for. We also have an inline voltage meter that we're going to be testing with, and there's a voltage function on the 521 tab, so we will be using both, so that if something does go bad, either the inline voltage meter or something happens to the tab, we have a second way of comparing. So what we're going to do is, once again, 0.12. We're going to take this. I've got a set of batteries that I have right here. They're brand new VTC4s. They haven't been used for anything. I set them aside. I slow charged them. Mech review VTC4s. This is the only thing they're going to be used for as well. So first thing we're going to do is actually going to be you pass through the inline. Screw this down. Screw this on. Screw it up till it touches. Put this back on here. And unscrew this. So we'll take one of these batteries. Now we're going to start out without a load so that I can record the number. Here we go. 4.16. Write this down. 4.16. Now these were fully charged. There is some deviation in inline voltage meters. Put the 0.12 ohm load on. 3.42. Just taking this off. And then one time we will do it on the 521 tab. Whoops. This is handy dandy little voltage checker. Suppose I should actually take the top off, do this correctly. Screw this down, screw this down, drop everything because I'm a klutz today. Wow, see? Screw the body onto it. Battery in, button on, click it over, 0.12, and I need to be able to see it as well, 2.98. Now as you can see, there's a lot of voltage loss through the device. So that's why I'm doing all of these different checks in tandem so that we have a good solid measure, multiple ways of double checking things. So I'm going to take all this apart. I'm going to go ahead, I wrote the numbers down, I'm going to get the wattage and we'll go back up, we'll vape on it, and we will talk about it. Alright guys, we did the up close and breakdown. We did the testing, we showed how it's being done. I measured it out at 3.42 on the inline meter, we had 97 watts. At 0.298 on the tab, we had 74 watts. So 97, 74 watts with that build, with that battery. I am using brand new authentic VTC4s because they've got a lower internal resistance than most. So the numbers are going to be a little bit higher, so if you try to recreate this at home using a different battery and don't get the same kind of numbers, batteries make a difference. They do have an internal resistance built into them. They do affect numbers. So keep that in mind. The build, if you want to know about the build, it is 24 gauge parallel, 5 wraps. It comes out anywhere between 0.1 and 0.12. I will try and work it before the shoot so that it always comes out at the same ohm reading. Just work any hot spots out to keep the numbers consistent. Other than that, guys, let me know what you think. These AR clones, if you're interested in those, you can find them literally anywhere. eBay, online, Google, some shops have them in discount bins and everything else. This is really just more about showing the means of testing and so on and so forth, so that when I do a couple more coming up real soon, I've got another one I'm going to do this week, maybe 2, we'll see. You know how it's being done. I can reference back to this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, any other means that you would like to see these tested in, let me know. I do intend to do the same thing with batteries here sooner or later, where we're going to get like, I don't know, 6, 7 different types of batteries together, the ones that are the most popular, and kind of test them out to see which really does give the most voltage at the same ohm, the same resistance. So thanks for your input, guys. Thanks for the subscriptions, everything. Again, if you have another means you'd like to see these things tested in, let me know now. That way I can have it all set up and everything starts right off the bat on the same page. So like, subscribe, it helps me out. Questions, comments, ideas, leave them down there in the comments below. Hope to see you guys again soon. Till then, keep on vaping.